Well, I figured I haven't made a video in a while, and figure out to do one firewood video, I guess. So this is the setup here. I call this the poor man's firewood processor. But here's the splitter that I did all that work on, and I ended up having to put the Chinesium motor back on because that 20 horsepower Honda didn't have what it takes. I guess there's a big difference. This is a 670cc and that one was a 620. So that 50cc's makes a big difference. It wouldn't, with that other motor on there, it wouldn't kick down into the, you know, the higher, well, the pump is supposed to kick down. I call it kick down. I don't know what you want to call it. But it builds up more pressure and less flow to split stuff like that. You know what I mean? Right there. So I put that on, and that thing's been, we've probably split 50-60 cords, and that thing's been rattling itself right apart. See, I got zip ties holding that part together. It's on its last legs. These Harbor Freight motors, they run good when you first get them, and you know, they only last 3 or 4 years. They're a lot cheaper. They're $1,000 now. That one was $750 when I bought it, but a Honda, I think it's like right around $2,400, and but it would last way longer, run way smoother. So I might get one, but I don't know. I'm thinking I'm putting a diesel motor on this anyway. So this is set up here. I set this wood splitter up like this, and then the wood drops off into the elevator, up the elevator, into the truck. Less handling, the better. So this elevator, I got it a while ago, way down in New York, out towards western New York somewhere. It says Hudson on it, but it's not a Hudson. It's a Built-Right. It's a 20-foot, and it's got, these are nice because they're simple. They're easy to fix. I bought this belt right here 2 years ago, but if I get this, okay, so underneath here you just got slats of hardwood, just rides on, and this belt was I think around 1,800, and it's well worth it because the belt that was on here before didn't have these, so a lot of times the wood would just slide back down, especially if it got a little wet. So that kind of fixed that. But yeah, these are a real nice elevator. They're simple. All the parts are readily available, and there's a nice little Honda. Wow, that one's seen a lot of use, but it's a 4-horse. And back here, it's got like a gear reduction on the back of it there. Slows it down a little more. Needs a new belt right there. See that belt? She's way past shot, but I don't know, she keeps on turning, so I got a spare if it blows. But yeah, and the wood goes in the back of this truck here. I'm just today I'm just gonna do firewood for myself. That's I'm pretty much done. I did most of the wood. See where that orange truck is sitting? I done all the wood down there, and actually this big loader here is giving me problems. I started it back up after winter when I was gonna start doing wood over here, and it sounded like the thing's gonna come apart. I don't know, I might do a short video on it when I go to drop the oil or take the oil pan off, take a look underneath. So I'm using this, I'm using old Smokey. She loves fuel, but it's doing the job. So today I'm gonna split, I'm gonna try to split a couple cord, and you know, here's some of the wood here, there, up there, and we'll see what we get. Actually, you know, this summer's been, I don't know, one of those summers, and I had the one dog die in the beginning, and then I've had another dog die since in July, and come to find out I got a hernia, and I gotta go get an operation the end of August. So it's just been one of those summers. I don't know, I don't really log that much in the summer anymore. I don't have to. I don't have payments on anything, and summer logging is always hit or miss. We've had more rain than I can recall in a while, and it wouldn't have been a good year for logging anyway. So hopefully we can get something for the winter, and do some more winter logging, and we'll make more regular videos when I'm back in the woods. These videos of doing things like this don't really seem to do that well. But anyway, I figure I'll do one firewood video and we'll get to see how this splitter works. So before I get started blocking this stuff up, I just want to say a couple things about the wood. So one of the things that I like about Vermont is we're lucky to have a variety of species of hardwood. And what I got here is mostly hard maple and a yellow birch, and that stuff is it's got a lot of BTUs. I think hard maple's like 24 million BTUs per cord, and yellow birch I think 23 million. I don't know, there's different charts that say different things, but hard maple and yellow birch are some of your best. Oak is also good, takes 2 years to dry though. And ash, I like ash because it dries quickly. But anyway, and I'll talk a little bit about lengths. So normally when I do firewood for sale, I use a stick. That's, you know, a 16-inch stick if they want 16-inch wood, or whatever measurement that the customer wants. And that way, most all the pieces are about the same. But when I do wood for myself, I don't really care, because both of my stoves take 24-inch wood. So I got a Fisher Mama Bear and Vermont Iron Elm. And that Vermont Iron, if you ever get a chance to look up those, they're different than Vermont Castings. Those are some of the best stoves ever made. They don't make them anymore because I think the EPA, same as the Fisher, the EPA, I don't know, with all this new stuff, newfangled clean air stuff, reburning, and I don't know, the stoves they make nowadays are garbage. But so my stoves both take 24, but I like to have between 16 and 22. This splitter still doesn't split 24. We tried. We had a 10 cord order. The guy wanted 24, but we were only able to do 22. But yeah, so I go between 16 and 22 because I like to be able to stack my stove full and then leave in the morning. So, you know, you got where the door latches are, it shortens up a little. I don't know. I just like to have a variety of lengths and sizes. So anyway, we're going to block this up, and then I'm going to split what's on the other side there, and then block up the rest of what I need for I'm hoping to get 2 cord, and then that way I'll go to splitting and I won't have to stop the block. So that's how I'm going to do it anyway. So let's get at it. One of the problems with when we moved up here is I had a nice sawdust base down there, so I didn't have to roll the wood. You know, now I got to cut probably 90% through and then roll it and then cut the rest, or else I'll be sharpening my saw because there's not enough sawdust here and I'll hit dirt. But we'll work with what we got. course, this hill isn't helping. Oh, there we go with that. So now we got this all blocked. It took longer than I had to because I had to roll all the pieces. And now what I'm gonna do on this side is I'll end up laying some more on top of this and blocking it, so that way I don't have to roll everything. I don't have to sharpen my saw. But I'm gonna get over on the other side and split that first, and that way I can put down wood on both sides. This wood here is all sugar maple. It was pretty big around, too big to pick up the piece without cutting it in half or quarters. So I did this the other day, and I want to talk about this thing a little. You're gonna see me use it. It's a pulp hook. Those of you who do a lot of wood probably know what this is, and those of you who don't should probably get one. Saves a lot of work, saves a lot of bending over, makes you reach, I don't know, quite a bit further. It speeds things up, but the only thing about it is you got to watch out. This thing is sharp. It sticks into wood, and it'll stick into you. See, you can pick that piece up and get it right. Because what it's got here is it's got a, I don't know, I'll try to zoom in on it. It's got a little, it's hard to see it, a little square part right here. So when you pound in the wood, this catches and helps you lift the wood up. If you break this right here, this pulp hook won't be any good. You'll have to regrind it. I've reground them before, but usually I just go buy a new tip. Anyway, so I'm gonna get this wood splitter started, and we'll split this up. So yeah, like I said, this motor's on its last legs, and it was shaking to beat hell. I don't know if you saw my video where I put this wood splitter together, but I ended up changing it for a Honda, but that Honda didn't have enough power. But anyways, I ended up buying those rubber mounts. I don't know if you can see that down there. those rubber mounts right there to kind of isolate the vibration and keep it just to the motor instead of ruining the whole splitter. It works fairly good. Uses a little vibration, but it's tolerable. But anyways, once I put those rubber mounts on, the motor was no longer grounded to the wood splitter. So I had this wire kicking around right here. I don't know, it was off of something. And I put it over here, and I had that on there, but this thing shook so much it rattled the wire out of there. So now I gotta kind of hook that up to get it started, and then it falls back down there, and that's where it sits. I should bring my big crimpers over and get a new end and fix it right. And also this motor, I think the rings are going, and it needs a little ether, a little sniff of ether to start now. And so I'm gonna give it that, and hopefully it takes right off. Check the oil. Yeah, plenty. Yeah, I'm using diesel engine oil in it now, 1540, because it burns through so much if you use a lighter weight. Give her a little sniff of good old ether. Turn the gas on. I don't know. Pop this little thing out. I don't know. Gas. Look at the air breather. Chinesium motor. Everything's set to go. Hook this old wire in so we got a ground. I guess that's somewhat of a ground. That probably might have been a little too much. Oh, ether lock. Well, everything's good. This elevator running. So we were going right along here and the elevator stopped, so I had to stop, but I piled up this wood here. This is what I'm gonna split. I'm gonna split this and probably call it a day, but the elevator stopped because, let me show you. See, this elevator likes to pile up with all this little stuff there, and piles up right in there. But it stopped because the roll has worked its way over here. Now it's touching this side. See the gap in the roll? Well, right there. That gap there. There's about no gap right there. So I got to get that slid back over, and so I can get this wood finished. But yeah, and then this side here, so wood's all falling off. This is the stringiest wood. Look at that stuff. And then even if it looks like it'll split straight, it won't split straight. Comes off that mountain, and it's pretty windswept. So anyway, I'm gonna get this elevator back running and get this wood finished up. We'll see if we can get this pry bar work down in there somehow. I'm gonna mess the belt up. Well, that's tight. Always something, ain't it? See, it's moving. Moved a little. Ouch. Let's try this again. There. Now we got it moved over quite a bit. anyway, so that about does it for today. I did about 2 cords and 2 full cords. Yeah, 4x4x8 stacked. That's how we measure wood here. I know some places they measure it by the face cord. And the face cord I think is 16-inch wood stacked 4x8. But anyway, so that about does it. That gets me enough wood for the winter because I already did 2.5 cords the other day, and I had probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 left over from last year, which is dry now, so that'll be nice burning. And I'm gonna probably do another load of cook stove wood. I did 1 cord of cook stove wood the other day. But anyways, so yeah, that's about the first time I ever did was running the splitter for any amount of time, because I have a guy that splits the wood for me. I block it and truck it, and he splits it. And but he I don't know, something happened. He's old, and he got tired and he's taking a week off or whatever. But I got to get my wood done because I've got to get off this landing and get down and get an operation on the 25th. But anyway, yeah, I just want to talk about wood. You know, it's a lot of work doing firewood, and it seems like it'd be a whole lot easier to put oil into a barrel or you know, propane, but I'm not a big fan of that. But anyway, I like wood because it gives you some independence. If the price of oil gets too high, you got wood. If the power goes out, you still got heat. And yeah, so I don't know, I thought about, it's the only source of heat I have, but I thought about getting an oil boiler, and I thought about trying some of them heat pumps, but I'm not sure. They say they're cold weather heat pumps, but we get real cold weather here, and a lot of people say they don't work that great. But I don't know, I might try one sometime. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know, made a video anyway. If I'm not gonna be too, I'm not gonna make regular videos until probably I go back to the woods, and that may be winter, because we've had one of the wettest summers that I can remember in quite a while. And you know, there's not a lot of people in the woods, but I didn't have a job and I didn't really look, because right now I'm kind of at that place where all my payment, all my stuff is paid off. I don't owe any payments, and you know, I don't need to kill myself working to make payments anymore. So, you know, we're gonna slow down on the logging probably. But anyway, so if you like this kind of content, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and you know, I'll make some content here and there. It's just been a rough summer. And anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.